Time now again for the Gambling Group Chat. Geoff and I joined by Sammy P. and Will Hill to kick around whatever the heck is on our minds. But we are, of course, going to open the conversation with the Super 6 game of the week presented by DraftKings Sportsbook. And it is the NFC East showdown between the Eagles and the Commanders. Eagles just about have wrapped up the division, winners of 10 in a row. And the question, of course, will be, what will the outcome of the Eagles-Commanders game be? Will the Eagles win by 4 points or more, or the Commanders 3 points or fewer? Eagles, of course, off the big win against the Steelers last week. Sammy, I'll start with you. Does the Eagles winning streak continue here, or do the Commanders hang around in the NFC East race?
Well, I know you're coming to me first, Bear, because I couldn't do math in this segment last week, but I still got the under in Eagles and Steelers. Oof. Look, here's what I know. Sharp guys bet the 4 early in Vegas in this game. They took 4 right off the board, and I understand it because Washington's season is essentially, I don't want to say on the line, but they need this game for postseason, acclamations or whatever. So I understand it. I'm not going to bet it. I like the under again at 45.5. Philly's defense looks awesome. I think it's a top 3 unit in the league. And Philly also has a lot to play for, too. Philly's trying to get the 1 seed. So it's under for me. I am laughing, though, Will. I remember listening to WIP in Philly after the Eagles went 2-2. And, they're not going to make the playoffs. They haven't lost since. 10 straight wins for the Eagles.
Yeah, I think Washington's going to be okay to get in. I mean, look at just DraftKings right now. They're minus 550 to make it. I think they're okay to make it. I don't think they have any chance of winning the East. So I question Washington's motivation. To me, it'd be Philly or nothing. I do think the Jaden Daniels regression is real. I'm partially bitter because I had Commanders teasers last week, which I'm still trying to figure out how those didn't get home. But he's taken a lot of sacks recently. It's not funny. I don't know why you're laughing. But he's taken a lot of sacks. The Kingsbury second half, I think there's a lot of truth to all of that stuff. And Philly, with the decline of Detroit, I don't think you can't call me crazy if I say, hey, Philly's the best team in the league right now. They're good on offense. They're good on defense. They got skill guys. Okay, the quarterback, you'd wish they were a little better in just obvious passing downs, but everyone's got, a little bit of a chink in the armor. I think Philly's the best team. It'd be Philly or nothing for me. And usually laying points on the road is not a good way to go. But this year in the NFL, these home dogs have not been barking at all here, Geoff.
I'm going to give you, I think, a way to wager on this game. I'm with Will on just the Eagles in general. If you want a full game wager, oddly enough, Jalen Hurts is a favorite. Is not terribly good against the spread, but he's really good against the spread when the team they're facing is over 500. It's kind of a weird quirk where they play up. They play better against better teams, and this is a situation where that's certainly the case. But can I present you guys a situation to take the Eagles live in this game, where the Eagles typically start slow and Washington starts fast? That's sort of how these two teams go. And the Eagles second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter take over with the offensive line, with the defensive line, and sort of figure things out, where Washington tends to decline in the back half of football games. So this feels like a really good spot, guys, to just maybe sit it out right now. Washington gets up 7-0 early and take the Eagles immediately after that at a much better number. So that's how I'd play this game. I might wait a second and then take the Eagles at some point when I feel more comfortable, whether it's a money line or even getting some points, because Washington starts fast, Eagles start slow, and eventually that reverses itself. I just like the Eagles team in general. I bet on them to win the NFC earlier this week. They're healthier than the Lions, which is an important part of this time of season, guys, right, Bear? So I like the Eagles, I think, in this spot to win and cover, but also I think live wager in this game is a good option as well.
Will, we were laughing with you, not at you. Never, ever.
I was laughing at Will. I was laughing at Will.
Those are expensive laughs. The audience.
Jeez. Believe me, I've had some expensive laughs in the last couple of weeks as well. Geoff,
you learned something new, though. We learned something new. I didn't know the clock stopped in the NFL. That was a new rule I wasn't aware of.
Yeah, you just did randomly. They make up the rules as they go along. It's like the college football playoff. They just, in the selection committee, they just make it up as they go along each week. Geoff, do you think that the Eagles kind of run the same type of game plan they did last week, getting those receivers more involved earlier? Or do you think they go more to Saquon and Gainwell like they did, they've been most of the year?
I think they just do whatever works best for the game plan. I'm not sure that they go target A.J. Brown. He seems happier after last week. But again, I mean, it wasn't the most dynamic passing game we've seen in the NFL. I mean, the Eagles acted high and mighty, which they should. Right. We questioned them, and they ended up going on proving us wrong. But I think they do what works best in this game, which is Saquon Barkley. I've liked guys as a kind of a small wager every week, like the Gainwell over rushing yards. It's set about 20 every week, 19, 20. He gets the ball a lot, especially at the end of games. If you think the Eagles are going to win this game, that's a spot, especially too as well, like third and long. The Eagles run the ball all the time. Guess who's the running back? Gainwell is. So Gainwell over each week seems to be a number that I gravitate towards Sunday.
Plus, Barkley got a little banged up at the end of last week, right? I don't think it was serious, but I saw him like limping, or something got twisted or something.
Yeah,
my heart dropped. My heart dropped when he went in the blue 10. Nothing ever happens that's good in the blue 10.
Sammy, do you think that the Eagles have to have the 1 seed to get to the Super Bowl?
No, that team could win anywhere, man. They can win anywhere.
I kind of agree with you as well. I would love them to get it. I got a nice 4-1 ticket to win the NFC, but yeah, I agree. I don't think they. I think that style of play can travel anywhere, especially if Detroit is injured as they are, and the Eagles would have to go there. Bear Bets full episodes drop twice a week right here on the Bear Bets YouTube channel. Remember to subscribe to stay ahead of the odds, and let's celebrate all of our wins together.